Pistol caliber carbines are fun. Bullpups are fun. Why not a pistol caliber carbine bullpup? We've got the brand new J68 from Jard, a company that you may or may not have heard of before. It is a unique beast, and I'm excited to get into it, so let's get started. So we'll of course start off by showing clear. If you're confused, that's because this is a bottom ejecting gun. It takes Glock magazines, made out of stamped steel. Very cool, very different looking kind of bullpup. Just over 26 inches long with a 17-inch barrel and an incredible trigger, which is one of the first things I want to show you. But there's so much to show, believe it or not. I'm having trouble figuring out where to start. 17-inch barrel, optional flash hider on there. It is threaded with standard threads for 9mm, so throwing a can on should be easy. Charging handle is on both sides, which makes this gun ambidextrous. The safety is one of these through the trigger guards, which makes it ambidextrous. And since the mag release is down here, it's ambidextrous. So a completely ambidextrous gun, taking an AK pistol grip, which means you can change out the grip to anything you like. You've got M-LOK compatible slots on here. I think that's brilliant, by the way. As many of you know, I'm not the biggest Magpul fan, but it doesn't take much to make something fit the M-LOK pattern, so why bother going through all the Magpul licensing issues? It does have a steel butt plate, which I'm not too excited about, but we'll find out how that goes. Very smooth top cover and plenty of rail space for running a scope, optic of your choice. They have these in lots of different calibers, and I say scope because this is a rifle. It does have a 17-inch barrel, so depending on the ammo you're running, you could reach out and touch somebody with this. Let me show you how awesome this trigger is. Flip this gun around. So I'll charge. Watch the trigger movement. That was it. The reset. You like that? Try finding that in another bullpup. Bullpups are notorious for having lousy triggers because obviously the mechanism is back here, but the trigger has to be forward where we can reach it, which means there's always some form of linkage that provides a pivot point here and a pivot point in the back where the feel could get terrible. This thing though is beautiful. Awesome trigger. The idea of bullpups having bad triggers is gone with the Jard. I'll show you how this thing comes apart, which is kind of cool. Opens up like a clamshell design. You have a lever back here and it pivots up front. So I'm squeezing the lever and lifting the top cover. Set the recoil assembly and bolt aside. Top cover opens up and lifts off. So here's our top cover. Plain and simple. Heavy lug or trunnion, if you will, holding things together. Charging handle, you can see, is connected on both sides. And our 17-inch barrel. And where the magic happens, here's our trigger setup. Coming all the way to the rear. And you can see by looking in the magazine well that the mag release grabs on both sides. So there shouldn't be any issue with Gen 3 or Gen 4 era Glock magazines. And there's our trigger mechanism. Beautifully simple. It's direct blowback, set up much like a subgun, running on these two recoil springs. And here's our bolt, the mass of which, of course, is what keeps everything closed and running. Beautifully simple. I'm sure someone is going to call this gun ugly. I think it's beautiful because I like the engineering in it. This thing is built like a tank. and yet handy. It does feel a little hefty, but bullpups tend to do that. Reason being is since all of the action is happening behind the wrist, it puts a little bit of leverage on you and it feels heavier, but the rifle itself really isn't that heavy. Tell me what your thoughts are on this thing. At just over 26 inches long, it's very portable and very handy. We're going to try it with a variety of different Glock magazines, factory and aftermarket, and a variety of different loads, and see what kind of grouping we can get out of having a 17-inch barrel. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click the bell so you know when the shooting impression video comes out. Let me know what your thoughts are on this gun. I haven't seen one before. There's not a lot of them floating out there. Kind of a unique thing. I think it's badass so far. Tell me what you think.